Hey everybody, so I have never done this before. Um, Performed a monologue after a performer has already performed it. I've performed monologues and then given them away to other people, but I've never seen a monologue done so well that I'm like, oh God, I want to do that, because I wrote it, so it'd be kind of weird. But I had the privilege of seeing Miss Kristen Goff perform a piece that I wrote twice, and both times she just like sang it, like she just sang the piece, and it made me kind of go, God, I want to do that piece now. Whereas initially it was just kind of like a therapeutic thing that I wrote, and so I'm I'm gonna do it, but I am sure that it will be a very different interpretation from what Kristen did. I also think it's kind of interesting to see a girl take on a piece about relationships and then have a guy do it, and it was funny to me that it worked both ways. So anyway, um, this is how you handled it, and I do this and dedicate it to Miss Kristen, who is absolutely one of the best actors you can possibly get to perform anything that you've written. But I'm gonna give this one a shot. All right, so this is how you handled it. He said, "Can we be friends?" Very sweet, very lovely, a lovely gesture. Can we be friends? And society dictates that I say yes, that I say yes, knowing we are never going to be friends. We may be acquaintances, we may be more than strangers. We may be able to exchange a nice hello if we see each other by chance, because we will only see each other by chance, because will not be really friends. But you see, this entire sham is also that there can be a little less awkwardness in the universe, so that everybody is okay. Are you two all okay? Yeah, we're okay, we're great, we're friends. Fuck that. I have no interest in being your friend. I have lots of friends, too many friends, and the friends I have now are getting shortchanged as it is because I spend all my time trying to create new friendships with people like you so that I can appear to be a mature individual who befriends their old fuck buddies once the fuck buddies panic because the music stopped and they didn't see enough chairs to sit in. I find you weak. I find it weak that somebody nears 30 or falls over the top, and if they're not in some semblance of a committed relationship, they feel like they're failing at something in their life. I'm not failing at anything. I eat dinner when I want, I go out when I want, I watch what I want on TV, and although I'm sure true love is brilliant, if it's anything less than that, I'm not interested in it. And I sincerely doubt that the person you found, the square peg that fits into your rectangular hole, albeit not perfectly, but hey, comfortably, right? Because in this age of constant dissatisfaction and the heightened awareness that we are not going to wind up with our sleepless in Seattle soulmates, but instead someone reasonably attractive that we can live with who will not drive us crazy, comfortable is all we can hope for. Bitter, jaded, cynical, yes, I am. Just please add pragmatic to that list. Because, and here's what scares me, now, when anybody speaks the truth about anything, they're bitter, they're jaded, they're cynical. If anybody says anything unpleasant about love or relationships, they're a wounded soul lashing out at everybody else who still believes. Well, go ahead and believe, but keep your believing away from me. I do not want to be your friend. And not because you went out and found a relationship, although I do admit that it's always a little bit sad when I have to put a line through someone's name in my happy book. Not that most of them don't come running right back to the sort of situation they had grown out of once their marriage of convenience deconvened. No, I am not jealous or deeply hurt. I am simply stunned at how you handled it. One day I shoot you a message asking if you'd like to hang out, and yes, that means sex, because it always means sex, because that is how our relationship works. And at first, you act surprised, like you're unaware of the parameters, like we haven't done this a million times, like you haven't contacted me in the same way looking for the same thing, like I'm some foul odor that's clouded over you, like you simply don't understand. And we go back and forth while I try to figure out if I did something wrong or you're just in a weird mood, and then you say, I'm seeing someone. And you say it in this sort of, and yes, this may sound crazy since we do this all through text messaging, but I detect a definite tone, a definite superior tone, it's as if you're saying, you are now a cast-off of my wicked past, be gone with you. Oh, but then, I shall allow thee friendship, you may rejoice. And when I say you're seeing someone, you say yes. And again, I detect tone as if you feel I should have known this, as if perhaps I didn't read the newsletter you send out to all your fuck buddies. Gee, sorry, I never should have let that subscription lapse. If I hadn't, I would know that you've been seeing someone for 3 days and they've already moved in and adopted a cat with you, and you've made a blood pact to die together, grasping each other in some buried tomb like Aida and Radames. And then in comes the knife. But let's catch up sometime. No reason we can't be friends. Oh yes, because that won't be silly. Two people whose entire relationship involved nudity and seeing which surfaces would be most fun to screw on, suddenly sitting in a cafe talking about how good the muffins are. Are you out of your mind? Why am I the crazy one for suggesting that something like that would be horribly, and this should have an effect on you, uncomfortable for both of us? Or are you hoping that I'll say, sure, let's do that, and then never follow through, much like you never followed through on letting me and whomever else you might have been fucking around with know that suddenly you were the marrying kind, so that I wouldn't have to find out like this when I'm halfway to your house after a long day needing to release all this tension, and now instead I'm gonna have to drive to some sleazy pizza joint and order the meat lover special, which I'm pretty sure comes with a live pig on top, and I will eat it. All that aside, we cannot be friends, because my friends do not text me with superior tones. They don't think being in a relationship somehow makes them better or different from who they are. My friends would not have handled it like you handled it. And that's why I'm mad. That's why we can't be friends. That's why I really want to drive by your house and shout, I fucked on that dining room table first, whoever you are. But I won't, I don't, I didn't. I thought about it, but no. I'll admit that what we had didn't entitle me to any loyalty or commitment. Maybe it didn't even obligate you to phone me when you knew that you were getting off the market. But that tone and those messages and that bullshit you came up with to keep everything sunny and pleasant, I deserve better than that. Just a little bit better. So regardless of what society dictates, no, we will not be friends. No, we will not be acquaintances. No, if I see you out in public, I will not walk up and hug you as if we used to go square dancing together. I'm sorry, but I won't do it. Actually, no, I'm not sorry. Fuck you. I'd love to end this on a mature note, but why start now? Fuck you, fuck whomever you're dating, and fuck me for wasting my time on you. Even if it was time, even if it was just fun time, even if it was nothing, I still could have wasted it on someone better.